All right. Episode 3 of the Double Lives of Suburban Wives.
Mm-hmm.
More like episode 1, part 3.
Yeah. I was like, family, faith, and friendships all suck.
Yeah, so it is the girl next door, and I assume the girl next door in question here is Emily.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm all for the redhead if it's not dyed.
First off, it is dyed. And the thing
That's what I'm saying.
she dyed her hair to make her look like her husband and 3 children. So they're like the weirdo family of redheads down the street.
Do you really think that's why she did that? Oh my gosh. That's wild.
Well, I mean, because I said it because you can see her roots. Like, when they first start filming, she doesn't have such roots. But in the after, like, her confessional or whatever it's called, she's got some dark roots. And I was like, she dyeing her hair red? Like, why? That's a lot of upkeep. If your hair's really dark, you gotta dye that a lot.
And she has a lot of hair. But I'm going to get there. Also, hello, everyone. Welcome to But I'll Take a Pinot Grigio.
Yeah, I did think about that.
I am Sunday, the pop culture professor. We are here talking about, sex work on the internet and boring housewives, which I am not an expert at because I do love all of things housewives.
Interesting.
Introduce yourselves.
I'm Jeff, the former noob turned now even TLC reality viewer, and here ready to dish on these ladies and beyond and why idiots drink Pepsi and beyond.
And I'm Nolan, the new bonus plus the best thing that's ever happened.
That's right. To me, anyway.
Write that down.
Sorry, y'all. Right. Let me just remind you of season 1, episode 1, part 2. Heather's got 4 kids and couldn't feed them on $16 an hour. So naturally, being, slutty on the internet. Tammy is a Christian and contributing to people's lust. She's conflicted. Macy and her glasses are worried about her and that the pastor may judge her like she and her family have also judged every gay person in America.
Correct.
Meg and Bri make the news. Maybe Bri narked on her. Maybe she didn't. Meg feels robbed of her very, very dream-spoke career as a teacher in Missouri, making $34,000 a year with 2 master's degrees and $120,000 in student debt.
Whew.
Yeah. So we pick up back at the world's worst cookouts. Okay. So these women have excused themselves down the cul-de-sac, come back, and then excuse themselves further up to the room to leave these 2 people sitting in their rocking camp chairs, staring at each other in silence.
I mean, I was just like, the producers must have been like, hey, we got to get some juicy stuff. Like, y'all 2, go upstairs, go talk about this. Leave them down there so they can look at each other awkward and rock awkwardly and go upstairs and talk about it, because they need something. You got to do something.
I mean, and do these ladies not know anything? Like, Macy and Tammy must know something from one of these 2 people, right? They seem like so out of it. I mean, they're supposed to be buddies with them, so I don't understand that. But at least they also hate the way Megan doesn't communicate. And I'm like, yeah, we're all there.
Possibly that can account for the terrible acting that they do know.
Yeah.
And they are trying to recreate this scenario for this. But Macy comes in, she's like, oh, I'm so stressed. I gotta take my glasses off. Please take them off and throw them in the river.
Bury them.
So, you're terrible. If they are your personality sucks, which we also know that does that as well.
I know. And I don't know. Macy just rubbed me the wrong way this episode.
The whole way.
And the thing too about how they act super and they're acting or whatever, Macy acts like this whole episode they're such a tight-knit group of friends, but they act like they don't even know each other.
Yes. Hello, how are you? How are the children today?
That's exactly the way they talk. All of them the whole time only talk like that. And please,
they quite literally they talk on Facebook statuses life is good, but the weekends are hard, or
in their word art.
Wasn't on my 2026 bingo list.
They talk on wall art. Yes, literally.
Also, I hate the bingo card. That wasn't on my bingo card. Do you have a 26 bingo card that you're checking stuff off during the whole year? But the outfit is your personality online. So you're wearing it so people don't know you, but that's the only way that they would know you that way. And yeah.
And she's like, I just really want to see both sides. Man, where were you on January 6th? Like, where were all of these people?
Them. Yeah.
And then the way that they are ripping off the Mormon wives, where they're talking about MILF House. MILF House is all I have.
Yeah.
Will MILF House survive this? It's so transparent.
MILF House is obviously, like them doing their mom talk, but then also, like, I think they're trying to, like, assign personalities to some of them. Like, I think after seeing them for a minute, like, because Brianna comes in with this, like, attitude, like, I know I can be a real bitch, but she's plain about it. She doesn't come in like we watch reality TV. Like, if you're going to be a bitch on reality TV, you better step it up like 10,000 notches. Yeah. She's like, hey, I can be a bitch and I deal with things this way.
Yep.
Right?
We know some bitches on reality TV. Okay. These women are no bitches on reality TV, sir.
And I was about to say, it seems like Macy's kind of like getting hit that like Tammy's coming for like the church girl like part of it. Like they're all trying to find their own like path and like trying to like stick to it,
Yeah.
And Macy's like, oh, like, well, I'm, I go to church, right, too. I'm worried about being found out by my church, too. Like, she's just so stressed about it.
And the thing is, the artifice that's happening. So, like, when you said, like, Bri comes up there and she's like, ugh, laid down. And then the camera's down there to more just silence at this cookout where, there's not even like an A plot and a B plot. It's the only A plot, and the B plot's falling apart.
You can hear, like, the charcoal briquettes clicking in the background. Like when they go to the downstairs, interesting to me, like her trying to glob on like, oh, I've got the church girl thing. And, oh, I've got to wear my outfit out. It's kind of like, pay attention to me for several different reasons. And I need to involve myself with a couple of different storylines. So put a pin in that, because that reminded me of someone. Whereas Megan just reminds me of a jar of mayo with a wig on. And that's all I saw from the barbecue.
Black wig and wrong color lipstick, as Nolan said.
Yes.
You said something, too, about halfway through. Do you remember we were talking about, is this show going to be...
Well, I said, too, I was like, is this... Because I was, like, watching, I was like, ugh. Because I was like, is this going to be, like, porn versus praise? Like, is this what we're going for? Like, them battling with themselves, like, them against the church? Because if it's this, like, ugh, boo.
Well, she said, is this going to be porn versus the church? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, I don't want to watch that. And I'm too bad. We're committed now. Like, here we are.
But it's like there's so many more interesting ways to go about the show. Like, there's such, like, small town people. It's so interesting. Like, take them out and, like, out them in a store while they're doing porn or something. You know what I mean? Like, push them out.
The level intrusive. Calm down.
And I mean, that's intrusive, like to the whole community. That's
impractical OnlyFans. Like, that's
the dressing room. They're in the damn dressing room, like titties out, shaking over the cameras.
We do get Emily though, and Emily seems like a little bit of a different breed. Maybe she is like the dark horse breakout star. She's like the redhead with a bunch of redhead children. She also has a Nolan with an Nolan.
That's 17. Next one 15. Next one 13. Next one 9.
So, yeah, she was jamming them out there.
Yep.
And she calls herself a Betty Crocker mom, also known to those of us who were online as a trad wife.
Yep.
She cooks. She has dinner at the table every night. She cuts their hair. She, except...
And what does she do?
Adult content.
Wait, the drum rolls for the crazy content.
Oh, well, sorry.
They all do content.
Except on the old show there a little bit. Do you want to do it again?
No, it's fine.
Yeah, we'll get to it. But this is the thing, too, is I really would like for them to go back in time and then show a picture of their ID of their husbands and their ID when they started dating. Because he was her boss. Her oldest son is 17. Did they say how old she was?
Probably not.
So don't think so.
Sometimes they'll write. Yeah. So she can't be more older than 38, 39. Okay. Well, he was her boss. And,
no, I don't think so at all.
So he is a store manager that moonlights as a snake keeper. And this slapped me across the face. They keep rare pythons, which she hated at first. Jeff, she had nightmares every single night.
I know.
Year or so, but you know what, as long as he gets to do what he wants to do, it doesn't matter that it terrorizes me and makes me scared to be in my own home. I'm glad that he's happy.
And I mean, I love.
But what was one of the snakes' names?
Charlie K. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes, sir.
Like, pardon?
7.
Pardon me.
So
she was 20.
So okay, first off, well,
or 19, I guess maybe.
Yeah.
when it.
I was
Yeah.
also 19, so I won't come for that. But I wonder how old he was. And plus, I guess she was of consenting age. But
We're not. We
yeah.
haven't even. I mean, we're not going to make fun of one of these ladies for having a baby at 19 or 20. That was never going to be a part of it. It's more like, how old was the guy though, and how old is this?
That's
You
what
know,
it
like
is.
there's
Yeah.
other circumstances here that we may say something about.
Just like the pumping out of children, like the churn and the machine, just like boom, 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 boom. And then, and I'm not one to like victim blame here, but then the idea that, oh my God, we can't afford life. Yeah, kids are real expensive. Have you tried not having more kids? Have you tried not having children?
He maintained this huge python collection the whole time they had this, and we're hearing about how rare it is and how expensive they are. Like, well, I mean, you got a real expensive habit, basically, that you're feeding the whole time. So I think we can ditch that since you're going to have 4 kids in 8 years. That's just...
Did they sell them or something? You know, Nolan and I are watching that show, Gods and Monsters, or Monsters of God, or God
Monsters of God.
Yes. And there's like the most of it is about this exotic like animal trade. So maybe he's selling them, or maybe that's like a side hustle.
Is. And it is a side hustle, but I mean, while you're having kids and struggling with money, like, I just mean, like, maybe that was an expensive thing to have on the side back then. Yeah.
It's a lot of mouths to feed.
Well, I was gonna say, I thought the snakes was kind of like his thing that he got after they got a little bit of money, like that. The way, it was the whole time.
No,
because I just assumed that it was like, oh, well, they got these new habits. They're talking about the new cars. They're talking about all these new toys they're getting.
The other toys are new. Yeah.
Toy.
I bet they've expanded it a bunch since he's gotten money, but I think it was something they had the whole time. But yeah, we get a lot of her
lead here, though. Jeff, we're burying the lead here. Like, her content's not like other girls' content.
That was my.
No, it's
I know.
pretty varied. Gigantess, wedgie specific, feeding other people, farting content. Yeah. We're just going to say that word probably that one time, and that's it.
Thank you. You know how I feel about that.
We like.
Yeah. Even that we don't have to say anymore.
And also, she has no nudity at all. And she does like natural mom content, which I love that. That was a cool. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen people like natural, like, you know.
Don't forget balloons. Balloons pay her mortgage.
Yeah. Right. And I wondered if one of those mixed with the balloon one ever at all, but we'll see. Yeah.
We're in the wrong business. Okay. We're in the wrong business. This woman doesn't even get naked on the internet, and she's got, balloons paying her mortgage. Like, we're out here looking like clowns, just a clown nose.
Well, also, she's selling her undies also. Do you want to guess?
Okay.
Yeah. We got a we'll bet $5 competition, mother-daughter competition here. Whoever's closer. Okay. All right. So we've got the price online of one pair of Emily's undies. Now, these are a bunch of different colors, a bunch of different rises and stuff, let's say, but they're all pretty much one price.
Okay, I was about to say, are they like she wore them a certain amount of time longer? Is that a different price? I think
we're just going to assume that she wore them at some time. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Can you request like different activities? Like she went to the gym. Listen,
I can't imagine something you can't request. We're not going to come up with something right now between the three of us that someone hasn't requested. Yeah.
My guess is $50.
I was going to guess
a pair.
I was going to guess 15, but I'll do 25.
It's actually 15 plus 50. It's $65 for a pair of these.
Well, she's getting her money back plus interest on her undies.
Also, let's just hold on. Let's break it down a little bit. What's the overhead here? Okay, because you're having to
nothing. This is
you're having to replace those undies. Like at some point, you're having to buy more.
They're not $50 undies, is what I'm saying. So the difference in shipping and time and all that is going to be made up. I'm saying we're looking at like 8% costs. Goods here.
There's a couple of moments too, a little bit of like wink wink in Emily's story where she says something about she wasn't always vanilla. I used to be a wild child. And then later on, when her neighbor Rhonda was like, "Oh my God, I gotta take her out. I gotta educate her."
Her like, little do you know,
there's a couple of things that indicate that maybe Emily might be the more entertaining of the MILFs.
I love it.
Confused with Milhouse.
No. I really enjoyed her. I thought she was a nice breath of fresh air. Yeah, if we're not gonna figure out whatever's going on with this other deal, this old boring stuff, let's put a lid on that and get on with the new folks over here.
Well, I have something really quick that I was gonna say that is just, like, kind of, like, right in the back of my head, is that so anybody can make a OnlyFans, you know what I mean? Anybody can do it, I could make one right now, post pictures, but no, it's not gonna get any traffic unless you promote it.
Yeah.
You know, and all these women are so worried about, like, you know, everybody finding out. I'm like, how are they promoting it? Where's the traffic coming from? Is what I'm seeing. It's like, if they're making so much money, like, how are people finding their website? Is what I've been wondering.
Well, let's ask Jeff. He is he's the research historian here of the three of us. He has done a little bit more investigative journalism here. Where are their, like, profiles showing up? Are they going
pretty much straight up on Google? If you do a Google search of these folks, this stuff is just popping up. Like Hot Wife's website. I haven't used any social media for like the stuff. Some Reddit stuff popped up for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, not Instagram, not TikTok, not Snap. I haven't been on Sexed Panther, just a cool website. That's a great one.
Well, I'm saying
but like,
no.
It said SP, one of them, and I was like, what's SP? So I typed that in, and it's Sexed Panther.
Man, we are leaving this coverage more educated than we came in. Like, we are really learning a lot about the sex worker industry.
They went right to Millie's. I got to hers real quick. Hot Wives, very easy. Erica be all over the place. Brianna's pretty much there as well.
And then I guess adult friend finder, like the feet fence, sniffer, those kinds of things.
But what I'm saying is that, like, where's the because, like, you know, most people, they'll make a TikTok page, and, you know, when you're scrolling, it'll pop up. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
I'm saying that.
Oh no, they're just going to those sites. Like,
yeah, you know, I guess if they don't know their name, they're not looking for it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe because they're top creators on the website, so they're like up. I'm just saying, like, you know, how do they have so many? Where are people finding them?
I've said this all along. It takes a fair amount of marketing effort in this way.
Right.
There is a push. And so that's what I think you're saying too, is like the contradiction is that they're spending so much time and energy and money on marketing and getting themselves out there, and then complaining when their names are out there and when they are getting the traction that they are spending the energy and time and money on. And it's this weird push-pull. And so now, though, and we're going to get to it in a second, but now the tune has changed, especially from Macy Church Girl, about how, well, if it's going to come out anyway, we got to do this and this. And we'll talk about that in a second. But like now, in the first two episodes, it was this like fear that, oh no, what's going to happen if people find out? Oh, I can't. And now the tenor has changed a little bit. So also, I'd like to say that Emily did not make up the word peopling. Okay.
No, but she is describing just going out and talking to people, right? She's like, I used to really be out there and I used to be doing all cool stuff. I'm like, all right, what you got going on? Then it's like, I'm also getting used to peopling, which is being out with people, even if they're not related to me. I'm like, that's just hanging with friends. That's just all, that's just a thing. She just delivered hanging out. And her husband, Nathan, I guarantee you, he wants other women in this immediately. He's trying to get, did you hear him trying to be like, oh yeah, you can meet up with some women and see what they're doing in their spare time. And
that was my next point too, is that all the husbands are kind of on board, which is not a very like common Southern, like, you know, like all the husbands like, yeah, we love it, probably because, you know, their sex lives are getting better. But
no, so I have beef with this too. This is the same beef I have with the Mormon wives. So these women are the primary breadwinners. Emily even said, I'm the husband in my house. They're the primary.
I'm the man of the house, she said.
That's right. And except they are still expected to perform very traditional wifely gender roles. So these men are at home with their feet kicked up, quote, day trading, while their wives are showing their TITSs on the internet and raking in all this money, but they're also having to do the laundry and the shopping and the hair cutting and
Betty Crocker.
And it is such a double bind for these women, because especially as we go to this next scene. Also, too, it's really hard for me to see Drew on my screen now after what we have seen of him on the internet. Like, it's hard, Jeff.
You mean him?
Drew.
You mean all of him that we've seen on the internet?
Yeah, every single inch.
Well, I was gonna say that you do one quick search of these, and you see three of these 3 out of 5 of these couples,
right,
getting it on full nude,
and you know, Drew full nude except for his ball cap. Okay, so this whole exchange, this is where Nolan kind of piped in and was like, "Oh, is it going to be like OnlyFans versus church?" And yes, it seems like it is, because Tammy's talking about her relationship with her fate and how she wants to keep going because she wants her children to see. And yeah, yes.
If you don't go, you don't go.
I don't think it's really the show. I mean, is OnlyFans versus Faith as much as just like the faith part is one section of like, the being outed, like I feel like they're just filling a hole. Like, how is it with your family? How is it with if you go to church? What if you go to the gym? What if you do this? And they're like, they just have to put that slice in there.
Right. But the way that the point is honing in though, especially with like Macy, with her dad being a pastor and now with Tammy. And so Drew's not having it. He's like, he's like, F them church kids. Like, I don't want it.
Yeah. He's got his own pages too. He's like, I don't care.
That's right. Watch, we're in the wrong business. Drew has got his own subscription and subscribers, and we're out here going to work every day like chumps. How dare he?
Honestly, he's like picking out his AI closet for the video.
Yes.
He's like, what underwear should I take off in this video?
Oh my God.
He actually says something fairly interesting about how the godly way or the Christianly way is to be part of your wife's life and spend more time and honor her. And so now he's doing this thing. He's doing it, quote, the wrong way. And he gets to spend all this time with his wife. But if he were to perform the very traditional Christian church way, he never got to see her. He never got to be with his children. And that's a really interesting point that he's making. I hate him a little for whatever reason. I can't really put my finger on it, even though
his face or his weird
I think it might be the things I've seen. But that's a really good point. And that Tammy.
No, he's weird looking on his own also.
Yeah, fair.
Tammy might just need to get out of the house for a couple hours a day also, like to get away from Drew. But no, I mean, he's kind of like, I can worship on my own, like right here. And, with her, I'm like, you find all these communities online. I mean this more. Like, she's online a lot. Like, find a worship community online. Like maybe there are other people out there in your exact situation.
You said this last week about how these women sort of say things that are like so ridiculous. Like, I think it was Heather last week that says, adult content does not offer insurance. Tammy says,
no shit.
I'm going to a church that they don't know I do content. I don't know if they're rehearsing these lines or they're having to like redo them or something. But it's like, yes, we're going to a new church that does not know about my content.
Yet cameras are following me around.
I was going to say
everything I'm doing.
And Emily and Rhonda, standing out the street, Kiki in the street. Emily's not even trying to hide her shit. She's buying a new Corvette. She's driving this like blinked out Escalade, got a new Ram truck. Talking about Rhonda's about y'all secret drug dealers. She's like, if she was smart, she'd be like, yeah, Rhonda, that's what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing. You want a bag? I know a guy. Like,
and these girls better hope they're paying taxes on all those that OnlyFans money. Because I just saw a thing. I read an article.
Watch the TikTok.
About how Sophie Rain and like this like somewhere who's running for like government.
I did see this too.
About paying back $42 million in back taxes for teachers.
Yeah.
He was going to give it to all the teachers. She was like, I'm not doing that. I won the court case, but hey, I'll buy all the teachers' wish list, which was really good.
Yeah.
But they better hope they're paying them damn taxes.
Yes.
As soon as I saw all those cars in the parking lot or driveway, and Rhonda's out there like, and the Escalade and the truck, and you got this, blah blah blah, and I'm like, yeah, I hope that sounds like a lot of taxes, honestly. I was kind of pissed off at them both, though, because they were complaining about how hot it was, and it was 80. No, thank you. Nope. Not listening to anything.
No way.
Meanwhile, so, Rhonda's over here talking about, we got to get Emily out of the house, give her some education. Meanwhile, she's inside doing some customs.
Let's do all her jobs.
Goes, unlocks her chest, where she keeps her kids' Christmas presents, and couldn't even, everything was blurred out. Couldn't even show one thing in the chest.
No.
And then this is where she says, and see, this is the show we want. She has to post multiple times a day. Mm-hmm. She has to answer messages.
Yes.
She has to film videos. She has to do the postage. She has to do all of this stuff to make the money. And one of the videos that she made the most money is when she pretended to be a chicken and clucked and took care of her baby egg that she pretended to lay. $2,000.
I don't think I will ever, like, I'm going to have night terrors about her wedgie content. That was the scary thing. That was like a monster. That was a monster.
Well, also,
it was like ultimate wedgie.
Just to be clear, Sunday, she was the mama chicken then she was having baby chickens and then nursing the baby chickens. She wasn't playing the baby chicken. That's disgusting.
Sorry.
Mama chicken having a baby chicken, hot. That shit's hot right there. HAWT.
Yeah, I'm gonna have nightmares. She's gonna jump out from behind the corner with ultimate wedgie over her head. I swear to God.
She hacked it. She is doing, yes, she seems kind of like a weirdo. So she found a weird niche. She does not have to get naked. She does not have to let Drew put his grody penis in her. And she is the man of the house now.
I mean, that's the goal. That's the
hack.
whole goal with social media, is to find your niche and go into your niche. And she found it, and she's making hella money. So go for her. I like Emily. She's my favorite so far.
I do too.
I can't wait for
I like her.
Get a few drinks in her. I can't wait.
I like her, and I had to write at one point. I was just I am watching this before I go to church today. That was just my.
And note, texting back and forth, I assume, while you were either in church or sitting around with your mother and her very elderly friends, eating, fried chicken or whatever y'all eat on Sundays.
It's been fried chicken the last couple weeks, yeah.
But I want to say,
she's in a mood.
This next part with Tammy, it did not make me sad for her. It made me infuriated.
Me too. I wrote at church, here we go.
Infuriated. Yeah. The audacity for that church that kicked her out to say, well, you can still tithe, but you'll be punished, you won't be able to come, blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
she was paraphrasing. So what they said to us, and Nolan, I have passed on quite a bit of my time, but Nolan also had to go to church quite a bit when she was a kid because we were both raised by my mother in some ways, in some part by her. But what I can imagine, I hear this conversation. They were like, listen, God, Jesus loves the sinner. Jesus, wash the prostitutes.
Pay that off.
You come to church, you keep doing your duties. You come every Sunday. When the collection, you put your tithes in. But we're not going to let you serve. And that means you can't lead a Sunday school. You can't be on a committee. You can't, organize any drives. That's what it means. They don't mind if her physical body is in the seat as long as she's, contributing financially, but they do not want her in a leadership position, which is the same as saying, go fuck yourself.
And that's the only community.
Yeah, and that's the thing she doesn't have is community. That's only the church's stance is well, you just can't teach, but you can hang out. But I guarantee you those people in the church aren't making her oh, come sit right here on Sunday. No, not at all. They are being mean to her and being horrible, I can imagine.
Yeah,
Jody doesn't care.
AKA Mimi, who is the nicest of all the mother figures we've met. And I'm talking about how, God hates her, this, or the preacher indicated. And I'm like,
oh, no, the preacher said, how do you look yourself in the mirror and still like what you see?
I bet he's looking at her and liking what he says. Let's check his IP address.
Quite literally. He's doing research. His research.
But I just want to say this too. God is not concerned. He's too busy with wars and genocides and famine and pestilence. He does not care if this woman is showing her tits on the internet.
Babies are dying on the street.
He doesn't care. And also too, stop worrying about church. They hate you. They hate you because they don't understand you or whatever. And the way that these women
hate you because their husbands are whacking off to you.
Yes, and probably they're whacking off to their secret gay content. But the way that these women are fighting to be in a community that hates them is ridiculous.
Oh no!
Yeah, I'm glad.
That was another point too that I said.
Okay,
I'm glad they left her with that tithe thing though. I do want to leave in that they did say the money was fine.
Yeah, because shocker, Christians are mean. How dare this just in?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll take a break right here really quick and come back with the rest of the. Okay, last thing I will say about Tammy in church.
Okay.
She is surprised that the leopards are eating her face when she has spent her whole life as the leopard eating everybody else's faces. And now she's like, me? They're turning on me? Yeah, bitch, they're turning on you.
Well, I wanted to say really, really quick, too, that this just shows that, obviously these women just don't really like themselves. As soon as somebody says something to them that's coming at them about something that they're doing, it's oh my God, maybe they're right. And they just hear everything everybody's saying and just, don't have a thought about themselves for themselves.
Cut to the Christian ethos.
Yeah, you know who is aware that those ladies don't like themselves on this show, though? Their husbands.
Yes.
Taking quick advantage of that one.
And are they checking in with them on a regular basis, or are they
no,
new Corvettes come out next month?
On the internet.
Look pretty good. Yeah, or they're letting their wives take their own pictures and putting them out on the internet and being anyway, I got a tea time. Be out.
It's funny because it's sad. Okay. Speaking of sad, the very next scene that we go to, or this sad lunch.
What you were just going to say,
Yeah, like,
Megan,
"Oh, I
speaking
can't
of
wait for my
sad,
farming game." Yeah, I play a farming game too. Riveting. Riveting stuff here.
call the
Right.
reality police. You're out of here. Are you kidding me? This is what we.
This show had so much potential, but
They just picked the wrong one.
and Emily, yes, if we had 5 Emilys, it'd be so fun. But like, she's feeling uncomfortable. She's great in her fart content, but in person, she's real weird. So she's doing
She so
what a
wants
lot of
friends
people.
too. Like she
Yes,
really,
and
yeah.
she's asking active listening questions like, "Hey, what happened the other night? You guys said this. Did something go crazy?" Like asking
She was being a real person, having a
normal
conversation.
questions.
Yes, and
Just participating in the conversation. And she was like, "Well, why'd y'all quit hanging out at a barbecue?" And Macy and her dumb fucking glasses.
she's like, "What'd you say?"
Okay. Earlier when I said, put a pin in this for Macy when she was globbing on to someone for attention, I realized in this riveting brunch scene, we have a Sheena. We have a Sheena in the group, and it is Macy.
Said that.
I did say that.
She said that last
Did you
time we
really?
talked.
She's globbing on to people for attention, even if it contradicts something she said. She's got big glasses. She steps
That's what
in
it
weirdly into the friend groups. She defends the friend group against someone trying to, that she thinks all of a sudden coming in. She did the I don't mean to be like this, but all of this stuff, this is just getting more and more into, we have a Sheena Shea, everybody, 3 episodes in.
She says, I'll just be frank. First off, leave Frank out of this. You're being a bitch. Okay. Like there is nothing being said at this table. But then, you know what though? Emily contradicts herself a little bit and maybe doesn't necessarily come off as super authentic because she says, "Oh yes, we're not undercover. Everybody that we love or trust or know or whatever knows that our content, what we do." And we see from the scenes from next time that that's not true, right? Aunt Kim there's some.
Wait.
That's like an aunt. I feel like that's different than like mom, dad, but brother.
Yeah.
I feel like your aunt.
I mean, it just didn't feel true.
Right? She's saying that it was everyone knew that she knew.
She said they weren't undercover, and she said something like, "Yeah,
okay,
all folks
I missed
are
that.
important to us." No, or something like that. And so then I think that is kind of what bristled Macy in some way. And she's like this bitchy line, like, "You're talking to us like you know us. You don't even know us." And also, Macy has shifted the narrative here now. Instead of saying things like, "Oh God, if this comes out," or she's saying things, "Well, when this comes out, I have to be protective of this group. These are the only people that are going to be there for me when it comes out." And so now the trajectory of the show is shifted a little. And so now we're in a place where they're using this to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, well, I was thinking maybe the producers were like, "Y'all, this is coming out. Stop saying if people find out, if people are doing this, they will. Start talking about when it's going to happen. Give us something that's going to give us some tangible thing that we can, look forward to." Because maybe they realized how impractical it was that they were talking like that.
Yeah, and also, do you want to keep us bringing up this boring beef that's going on every now and then? Oh yeah, keep that boring ass beef in the mix. You don't want to do that. Also, can we kick now that Emily's here? Can we kick Megan out? I mean, already in this scene, she's like,
God.
"I think the barbecue was weird because someone was having a weird conversation." That was you. What are you talking about? Of course, you're weird. Everything you do is weird.
And Macy is so afraid that the church is going to treat her like she is treated other people and like she's treating Emily. And Emily says the same thing. She's like, "This bitch is worried about people being rude to her. How about you being worried about a lady who's sitting right next to you trying to be nice?" Macy she may be the most unhappiest of the sort, right? She is absolutely the most unsettled of them all.
I mean,
Emily calls her out. Absolutely. I love it. I was like, she is calling her out. I love it.
And I'm just like, she's just sitting there having a conversation. If I didn't know these people, I'd probably be asking about the last thing that they all did together. Not like they didn't just film it on TV. She could just be,
she was invited to that event, but couldn't go because had a conflict. So she's like, "Oh, tell me everything. What did I miss? What's happening?" She's acting like the most normal of people, aside from her wedgie content and her feeder content.
Well, in this conversation, she's the most normal. Absolutely. Not at home. That's a different thing. Yeah.
Irony is not dead. Okay.
I don't even know
Let's
how
get to our
Macy's
brunch.
like how she's so worried about Emily's going to ruin this. Like, you're on a program and you're doing the content. How is this other person coming in that's going to make you like that's going to be the one that moves the needle?
And we are plucking that string, but like the show is not giving us anything else to talk about. Like the show's main theory is, hey, I'm struggling with my faith. Hey, we're undercover. We might get found out. Hey, we're poor and now we're not. Like those are the main things the show is asking us to consider.
Like we already knew that.
And those all yes, this show could have been an hour and a half documentary and it would be done. We'd be good.
I've said that
Episode
same
1,
thing
part
so
3.
far. Yes. I said, I bet this whole thing, if there's only 2 more, this could be a great 90-minute documentary. Because I can't imagine at this point I was going to be going, I don't know, show me what the guys are spending all their money on, I guess, at this point. Because I'm tired of this Applebee's meetup. And I'm not surprised.
Like, I'm like, show us some screen recordings of who's subscribing and what they're paying and like how much content they're putting out and all the subscriptions and what's coming in every day and like their bank account. Like, let's see some
Emily
stuff.
gets close by giving us a little bit of behind the scenes stuff too. And I think hers is probably, I think she has a little bit more latitude to get into it because she is not showing nudity and she is not doing the hardcore stuff. So maybe she has a little bit more availability to be in front of the camera. But like, no one's saying like her wedgie content is crazy. And the fart content is
she's like, ooh, you like that one?
Yeah,
that one's like bad, didn't it?
The camera is like right in her butthole.
She's like, that was a stinky one.
Do you think she's filled one of the balloons with farts before and then sent that out?
Well, maybe there's a crossover opportunity right there. That is a multimodal marketing.
She's like writing it down. She's like, oh shit,
dear. Oh yeah.
Look, Jeff. Let's go to this dumb ass fucking brunch
at Applebee's.
Megan and Bri, they don't even let us see. They're gonna make us wait a whole nother episode for this shit. And let me tell you, right here, this is all all you need to know about Megan is she ordered a Pepsi.
I have that in capital letters. Oh fuck, Megan ordered a Pepsi. That's what I wrote. Like, oh, of course.
All we need to know right there. So this isn't anything. And I wrote down too that I should start watching this in 1.5 times speed because it's so boring.
I told them they need to download the thesaurus app on their phone. Like they need some adjectives. Everything is it's real. It's nice out. Today's these drinks are cold. You know, I'm like,
I didn't know what you would order. I can't eat salad because it's in my teeth. I don't give a shit about this.
I think if
they're doing better on their content, Jeff, than they are doing for this show because their subscribers might be mad.
That last month before they started filming, if Bri had taken like revenue from 1 month and done like a little on-screen like acting coach, you know, like some kind of personality, self-esteem instructor, you know, and really get her going, then she'd really come off even better because Megan's a nothing. And she's, I think, trying a little bit.
Bagel.
And we watch a lot of reality TV, you know? Like, I even in my head, I was like, oh, God, like, I hope the waiter doesn't come when they're starting to yell. It's like, we know, as soon as you sit down, you get into it.
Yelling?
Like, you don't even, you know, like,
we don't know her.
Like, as soon as they sit down in a restaurant, usually they're going at it. No
That's
time.
right.
Like, we're getting refills?
Throwing a drink.
They're, like, sitting there casually. Like, Bri already ordered a drink. Megan's like, get a Pepsi. You know, like, talking about salad. Get into it. You know why you're there. Get to it.
Megan even said, I wanted to have it at a neutral location so it wouldn't be so that, bitch, what are you doing? You don't know.
She doesn't even know why you're mad at her.
I know. Well, so the conversation ends right there, right? You're like, oh, I think you outed me. So that's going in it. But the way the editing does for the scenes from next, it seems like Bri is on the spot in a way that they want us to think she may be the one.
She probably did. She probably like, I know who did. Or
but
like,
no.
Or I was there.
No?
We're getting mixed messages on that too, because Megan at one point is saying she feels like a bad friend. So what is this?
I feel
like, if she thought Bri fired her, then why is she even if she really thinks she fired her, by the way, like, wouldn't she be a little more upset? Like, if that was your real dream? I mean, because it doesn't even seem like that she's upset. And I mean, I'm like, blah, blah, like, you do need to talk about it, but we can't be made to watch this anymore. Like, y'all need to figure it out.
I want to know what this show would look like if it was set in, like, Decatur, Georgia. Like,
I can't, it'd be so, that's the show we need. Yeah.
Whatever politeness that this Midwestern stuff is filtering in, or these people, whatever like raising or shame that they have had to contextualize their whole life is keeping them from being what they need to be to make a show interesting. Let's move it to the South. Let's move it to outside of Birmingham. Let's move it to like Memphis, Tennessee, and let two people sit across from a table where one got the other fired for exposing her naked content. It's over. It'd be Bad Girls Club, but just like make it OnlyFans.
And it's not politeness. It's just like a lack of personality. There's just nothing there at all.
Not taking his foot off these women's neck.
I say it's just, I guess, maybe like a lack of like not knowing what you signed up for. You know, like the whole season they're not really aware of what's going on. It feels like, and I said too, I was like, did they film this in 2 weeks? Because like everything.
That's what I'm wondering too. Yeah,
it was like yesterday. Then you know,
I don't buy it, man. These folks have cable. They have streaming. They have seen a fucking reality.
Well,
show.
I am wondering if is it these ladies is talking to dudes online across. It's like talking to normal or average American dudes who I'm saying is online and they're talking to. Does talking to them exclusively for hours a day make a person dumber? So like if we saw Brianna footage of her talking like 2 years ago, is she out there like kind of more effervescent and holding full conversations and able to make references to certain things and like really expanding the vocabulary? Now she's talked to dudes whacking it for 2 years straight in her basement and she's like, I don't.
Yeah.
Sure.
Everything has a cost.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah. She's had to kind of rearrange her lexicon and rearrange her thought.
I said
process.
They need charging, didn't I say it? I said they need to be plugged in. They need some charging.
Yes.
They're all like pouting 5%.
So, next week, we get the rest of this fucking combo. So,
hopefully.
I mean, I know, maybe 2 more episodes. Who knows? Emily's Aunt Kim saw some pics online. There's some hot tub content, and now Heather's worried it's going to come back. And Macy has activated Emily. And I swear, if they make us wait until the very last episode to see Emily whoop ass on all of these separate robots, I'm going to be real mad because Emily is the most interesting part, and I hope she's a breakout star. Now, I don't know what kind of teasing her kids are going to get if it comes out she's selling balloon content, wedgie. Less so than probably Tammy's with the thumbnail of, you know, her dad's. I mean, their dad's.
It's not a thumbnail.
If you're gonna do porn, do real porn. Don't do weird shit. You know, like kids are kind of like if you're, you know, I feel like
no, nope.
I don't know.
Nope. Honestly. Not after what I've seen. Nope. Not after. No.
Myself.
I'm gonna say no. But and it's still, we're even doing it. Like, it's not the kids are going to say that if they find out. It's when they find out. This is, can you imagine, like, if somebody in 8th grade peed their pants? Everybody 3 grades above and below all over the county knew about that within minutes. Yeah. You know, like this, this is going to go.
I went to school with a kid in 11th grade who fell asleep in our English class and accidentally got a erection during class, and they called him boner to moaner. And when if I see him out in public, my first thing that I think is boner to moaner. That was 30 years ago. Okay, these kids are doomed. But maybe it's cool. Like maybe like the fart content or the wedgie content is better than, because when I say thumbnail, when I say is I can do a search and just the list of images, you know what I mean.
But when but the thing is, you click on a thumbnail and then comes the video. And the thumbnail doesn't represent just a tiny picture. That represents an entire
and it's like a moving
afternoon
one,
of
like
someone's life.
Hover over it, it's like
And of course, we're not shaming these people for doing this, but we are acknowledging that children are assholes.
Well, too, and it's like another thing too that like a lot of like the creators and stuff that are doing OnlyFans, like their kids, they're like, well, you know, your kid can be making fun of my kid from the playground. My kid's going to be at Disney World. You know, it's like they're going to have the more money. They're going to have more stuff, better stuff. They're going to have a, better life.
I mean, I guess. Well, like Bri's mom last week talking about, I really just wouldn't want this for my daughter. Well, do you want your daughter to eat, potato chip sandwiches and your granddaughter to not have new shoes for 2 years?
Like, she's literally riding on a horse while she said that.
I'm going to tell you right now, if I could have paid my rent in balloon content when this one was, 2 years old, instead of wringing my hands about how I'm going to buy school supplies, I would have done it. Okay? Like, I would have done it hands down.
Debbie knows they got that content got her a double wide built out back anyway. She's low key just fine with all that. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, driving her Corvette around.
I mean, seriously, that's what I'm saying. That kid gets dropped off at school to Corvette, and this other kid's getting dropped off in a Subaru. You know, like it's like who's
we love you, Subaru. By the way, wait, we love you.
Who's winning?
Both of these people drive a Subaru. They don't know.
Dear Subaru of America, we're more than happy to do some great content for you. I do find it interesting, now that being a few weeks into this, and us still thinking like there is a good story here. So it's like you do want to wonder if like maybe I would want to see a group indicate, outside Atlanta, outside Birmingham, outside almost any other place. Like it is just weird, is it weird that they just happen to pick out of the millions of people that do this? Like this is the crew they landed on. So it's like, do you want to see it somewhere else? Or has this would you want to at this point? Like, nah, that ruined it.
Does Missouri need tax money? Yes. That's what I said. Because, McBee, this is coming out of Missouri. Like, maybe it's a stepping stone. Maybe they're just, testing it out there. And maybe they'll pass new ones every season or something.
Well, maybe this is a franchise that the Double Live of Suburban Moms will move. Because, listen, let's go to, a suburb of Texas, outside of Dallas, or Middle Florida. I bet you $100 million those women doing sex work in Central Florida don't have the same mores as these women.
We would see Gooch every day on camera if we were watching Florida.
It's out there, Nolan. Don't worry. It's out there. Rest assured.
But I'm just it also does say Suburban Wives, so are we supposed to take that as boring? Because
they're not in the same suburb. They're not close to each other. They're not outside of St. Louis. These women are all over the place in Missouri, and
it's not near each other.
The way that it seems like there's some distance. Yeah.
They had to meet up at that dumb park where they had to pray for the rain to go away.
Well, because the way they're acting, they're seeing each other. Because when they were at the brunch or the thing with Emily, they were saying that the barbecue was yesterday. So they had the barbecue and then they had the girls' lunch, and then I'm assuming the next day Bri and Megan got together. Yeah. So it's they're doing it real quick.
Well, they're having to meet at a TGI Fridays halfway between the two of them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Oh, but I did want to say about the Sheena. Those red stiletto platforms that Emily had on, very Sheena. Very Sheena.
Yes.
That was the most Sheena thing I've seen her put on, to be and the leather leggings, too.
Yes. Speaking of Sheena, let me just do a little pimp we are winding down Vintage Vanderpump Season 5, the reunions, and that is
vintage, what is Vintage Vanderpump?
Just old school. Because there is a new season. Remember, they did a reboot.
You're just saying it's old.
Yeah, because they did a reboot. She loves our content, y'all.
Well, I thought it was a new season of Vintage Vanderpump.
No, but we are in the season in which she is divorcing her husband, who she claims grappled with addiction, but the reunion reveals some different stories. Emily and I are deep into our Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. Emily got a little put off because it was some cringe stuff, and I don't think she's used to the cringe. Also, Jeff, though, Nolan and I have made a decision about what we're going to cover at the end of September. You know this. Don't be so look. Nolan doesn't know what's happening. Team Mom.
Teen Mom is back.
No, not teen.
Team TEAM.
Team Mom.
About baseball moms, and if anybody has ever been
to a softball
or a baseball, you know that there's a very specific sort. It is produced by Kim Kardashian, and I think it's got a very dance mom vibe, which is one of Nolan's very favorites. And so I think that's coming out middle to end of September. Suburban Wives will be over by then, and
hopefully.
So we will have transitioned into something different. So we're taking that on, and there's
some very happy baseball moms around here in our area, as we're wishing our Phoenix City folks.
Yes. No, you're talking about the Phoenix City World Series. The Phoenix City boys have made it to the World Series. They clawed.
Not all boys.
Now they are.
They're not all boys.
That's right. That's right. That is my mistake. They do have a pitcher who Fear the Bow. She wears a big bow, and she is taking names.
Yeah, it's a cool story. Very cool story.
Yeah, and her dad was a World Series champ. All that kind of stuff. It's really cool. Y'all go. Well, I forget what the kid's name is right now.
Chambliss.
It's something. I forgot. I'll have to put it in the show notes. But yeah.
Fear the Bow. Check it out, y'all.
Yes,
But I was gonna
Google
say,
it.
we talked about maybe doing Lindsay Clancy as well, which is we've got to wait for it to be done though.
We have to wait until somebody else condenses it into a documentary because there's too much for us to do right now.
I stay on TikTok watching the live
Nolan
stream.
is a TikTok juror.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh, what's happening today?
Mm-hmm. It's which she gets it honest. My mother was a court TV person, and so Nolan is just right in there, just like
Casey Anthony, we're after you.
I remember my mom watching that Casey Anthony trial live and full of. Anyway, we digress. These are the programming. But as things are starting to like wrap up, new things are starting. And so the double lives is kind of filling the gap, which we had higher hopes for that. But by all means, please.
If you Google one of these ladies' names and fill the gap, then something will come up.
Not fill the gap.
That's the name of their content. Yeah. Don't click on Fill the Gap.
The Milhouse movie is Fill the Gap.
It's behind the paywall. But yes, and find us on the Instagrams, the TikToks, the YouTubes. I'm trying to do better about posting some of our video content there, especially our Vanderpump stuff. I got the sweetest comment from somebody somewhere. I was like, "Oh my God, thank God I found this podcast because people are really looking for Vanderpump content." So y'all go there, leave us a review, rate us, tell us you love us. If you do not, send those hot takes and complaints straight to Jeff at
pinopod.com. And if you love us also, let me know. Whatever it is,
sure,
just hit me up. Subaru, that includes you.
To like prove it.
Get comment.
Yeah, we need you to prove it.
Repost.
Yeah. Yeah. If you hate us, send it to Jeff. That's what we want. So anything that I missed?
How many hate emails y'all get? Any?
Oh, we get comments.
Very few. Yeah.
I don't get a lot of emails, but I do get comments, especially on the Instagrams and on the
TikTok comments.
Yeah, the episodes, because the McBee got a lot of traffic this week. Because the McBee finale, where a 100-pound blonde woman, Russian lady, busted out the windows of these burly Cowboys trucks, and they just sat in the window and watched.
Well, you don't fuck with a Russian when she's mad. Wouldn't.
She made it personal.
I would.
So yeah, that's that. So y'all go to those, and otherwise, we've got the 3-part reunion that we're going to condense into one. That's coming up too. So y'all look for that. And also, we are going to talk about Jax and Brittany Take Kentucky. That's coming up Thursday too. So y'all look for that.
What a ride! Yeah.
Talking about Mamaw's beer cheese over here.
Oh, it's Hull's beer cheese. We know all about it.
Goodbye, everyone.